Hey, what's up, cats and kittens? And shout out to all my Cerebralites. It is me, the Cerebral Diva, and I'm back with another episode of You Say What. Now, for those of you who are new to my channel, You Say What is your opportunity to chime in, to leave your 2 cents, and to be a part of the discussion that is happening here on my channel within my community of Cerebralites. Having said that, before you go another further, do yourself a favor, and while you're at it, do me a solid. Take a second to hit that subscribe button. Once you've done that, take another second to hit that tiny little bell so you can turn on your notifications, and that way you'll be kept in the loop so you won't miss a thing. All right, so this is going to be a public service announcement to both the Thug Mrs. aka Khia and T.S. Madison, the 2 personalities that combine forces to create the entity known as the Queen's Court. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Queen's Court, first of all, why are you unfamiliar with it? Secondly, watch my other video because I sort of give you a history of the show, and it's a very brief history, a very succinct history, being that the show has only been in existence for maybe 2 months in its current incarnation with both Khia and Madison. Khia has actually been doing sort of a variation of the Queen's Court for quite some time, which she makes it a point to mention during her Instagram live video today. And that's what brings me to the video that we're going to talk about today. That's what brings me to this public service announcement. I think Khia and Madison are both dumb, and I'm going to tell you why. And when I say dumb, I say that with all due respect, because I think that they're both intelligent women in their own individual right, but they're so emotionally dumb that they're allowing something so simple to come in between their business. I always tell people nothing comes in between me and my purse. You know what I mean? I don't allow anything to, if there's $1 on the table, I want it. It belongs to me. I'm going to go get it. That's my mentality. I have a hustler's mentality. So if I'm in a situation with someone and there's a personality conflict, and as long as the personality conflict isn't a threat to my physical or mental health, we can work through it. We can get through it, because at the end of the day, I'm here for a check. So I'm Malcolm X about my money by any means necessary. So when I see Madison and Khia at odds over something so minute, to me it speaks to a larger problem. And that problem is the fact that their relationship is not built on a solid foundation, right? Even when I watch the videos, Khia has a tendency to bully Madison, in my opinion. She has a tendency to talk over her and sort of take over the show. And Madison has sort of played the background. Now, it appears that Madison is sort of more the business, the brains behind the operation, so she's getting all of the business in line, and Khia is just sort of the spokesperson or the mouthpiece for the business itself. So they both need each other. They both bring a very valuable component to this business relationship, right? So Khia, if I'm being completely honest, the reason people tune in is to hear what Khia has to say. Khia is what gets people buzzing. Khia is why people are talking, and that's not to disrespect Madison and what she brings to the show, but the bulk of the reason most people are tuning in is because Khia is messy. She is messy as you know what. And so people are tuning in because people like messy. That's what people enjoy. Now, Madison is endearing, she's charming, and so she also brings an element to the show that's sort of balanced, because Khia can be a little off kilter. She can be a bit ebullient at times, mercurial, if you will, and so Madison helps to balance that out. So she actually does bring a much needed element to the show as well. But I think that, truth be told, that if there's going to be 2 competing shows, a Khia version of the Queen's Court and a Madison version of the Queen's Court, the Khia version is going to do better. But I still don't think that even if Khia's version does well, it's going to do as well as it would if Khia were doing the show with Madison. I think the 2 of them have a great opportunity, and they should take a page from the Escape book and see how Escape was foolish enough in their best earning years to allow personality conflicts and to allow people in their ears to cause them to separate. Now here they go 20 years later, having missed 20 potential years. Let's say each member of Escape had the potential to earn $1 million, which isn't inconceivable over the last 20 years. That is $20 million that they missed out on because they were not adult enough to sit down and have a conversation, or adult enough to say, look, let's agree to disagree. We don't have to like each other. but let's get this money, and after we get this money, I'll see you when I see you. And that's essentially what I think Madison and Khia need to do. I just don't think that Khia is one of those people. She just has a very abrasive and crude personality, and I don't think Khia likes people who push back. If you push back from Khia, she's going to either recede from you, or she's going to grow more volatile. So in order to deal with Khia, you sort of have to brown nose constantly. And I think that what happened the other night was Madison sort of stood up for herself, and that's what's causing this divide between the two of them, because Khia isn't used to seeing Madison assert herself in a way that is threatening. And I don't mean physically threatening, but asserting herself in a way that, oh, I have an opinion and I'm not afraid to step up and allow my opinion to be known too. I don't think Khia's personality really lends itself towards another alpha energy, if you will. So I think at the end of the day, if Khia and Madison are both smart people, and in the video that Madison made today, she talks about Khia blocking her. She talks about how Khia was making comments, and I watched the video, and there were definitely some subtle jabs that Khia was throwing towards Madison. But I think at the end of the day, what Khia really wants is Madison to kiss her. You know, she wants her to kiss up to her. And if I were Madison, I know a lot of you would probably disagree with me. I would just kiss up to her, because at the end of the day, it's really not about Khia. It's really not about Madison. It's really about my bank account. So whatever it takes to get those zeros and those commas up, that's what I'm going to have to do in order to make things work. I would hate to see two powerful women lose out on an opportunity and then look back on this a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and say, what could have been. So, Madison, Khia, I hope the two of you are intelligent enough. I hope the two of you have enough business acumen to really put your personal issues aside and get back to making the Queen's Court, because the people don't necessarily want one without the other. You know, we want you both together. And that concludes this episode. So remember to like, comment, subscribe, and please share if you feel so inclined. Remember to follow me across all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Also remember, it is better to be pissed off than it is to be pissed on. And as always, in closing, people, remember to live better, love harder, and think smarter. It is me, the Cerebral Diva. I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day, and as always, thank you for listening.